Hey, my lovers and friends, it's your girl Tiffany Rochelle here, the people's cheerleader, and I am about to volunteer you to do something. I know you're probably wondering, what am I about to volunteer you for? Well, this is what I need for you to do. I need you to like and subscribe to this show and this channel. So if you will, go ahead and minimize the screen and hit the subscribe button and make sure you turn those notifications on, because that's important for you to be able to stay connected with me and the community. So like this show, subscribe to this channel, and make sure you stay tuning in. I also need for you to make sure that you share this show with somebody. You never know whose life you're going to be impacting by sharing this with someone. So show me that sharing is caring in your life and share this show with someone. So I'm going to stop talking right now so we can get to my amazing VIP that's here with me on tonight. Here we go. Hey, my lovers and friends, thank you so much for stopping in tonight and being here with me and my awesome VIP here. She is a phenomenal individual. And when I had the opportunity to talk to her, she kept a smile on my face. And I absolutely love that. And she kept not only a smile on my face, she put a smile in my heart. And I love that. I'm all about love. I'm all about forgiveness. I'm all about empowering individuals, primarily women, but everybody needs to be empowered and everybody needs a little boost, right? And so I have one of God's greatest creations here with me as my VIP. She's a real estate mogul who can provide you with the home of your dreams, or provide you with temporary furnished housing for working professionals. She now is a fabulous coach that is helping you to take the limits off of your mind. And she wants to help you grow and become a better individual. I am only giving you a snippet of who she is, but I'm going to present to you my fabulous VIP, Miss Kellie.
Hello, everyone. How are you guys?
Thank you so much for being here. I am so grateful to be graced with your presence. Thank you so much, Sunshine.
And thank you again for having me. I am excited to talk today about my topic.
Good stuff, good stuff. So tell me this first before we get started with this. Tell me something you're thankful for.
I'm thankful for life. Oh my gosh. Like life just has taught me so much.
Yeah.
And just the people who have come into my life, even people that have gone out of my life. Like it's just a lot of lessons, a lot of blessings, a lot of growth, and a lot of learning. And I am grateful for all of it.
I know that's right. That's a good thing to be. Having an attitude of gratitude. That is a fabulous way to be. And I'm so grateful that you're actually sharing that. Like, there's a lot of people that won't be thankful at all, and they won't be grateful. And the fact that you're sharing that, all right, y'all, get it together. You got an attitude of gratitude. So I know we shared a small tidbit of some of the things that you do, but that's not all of who you are. Can you tell the lovers and friends of who you are? Tell us about you.
Okay. All right. So let me reintroduce myself again. I am what everyone on social media calls me Miss Kellie Michelle, but my name is Kellie. And my background is in real estate investing. I've been teaching people how to start midterm rental businesses. So those are like corporate rentals, furnished rentals, but they're not short-term rentals. They're basically rentals that people rent for 30 days or longer. So average, my guests usually stay between 3 to 6 months. But that business has allowed me to transition and grow into my new passion project. And that is helping support women with hair loss. So I have created my new venture, which is Limitless Mindset Coaching, where I help support women through their hair loss journey. So that is what we are here to talk about today.
Absolutely. And I love that. So I know you talked about also being a fearless and confident, bald woman. And I'm not saying that offensively because that's your testimony. Okay.
Mm-hmm,
So if
mm-hmm.
anybody's out there, I know I love to be funny and I like to say he ha ha stuff, but that's what you call yourself. So I'm not taking no digs calling you no bald headed woman. That's not it.
No, look, I'm good. I don't. Somebody can call me bald head on the street and think it's offensive, and I'm like, thank you,
I'm glad your eyes work. Hello.
thank you.
So tell me, what is exactly is a fearless, confident, bald woman? What do you think that is?
That is a woman who has been through hair loss in some form or fashion. Now, it could be due to stress, it could be due to hormonal changes, alopecia, chemo treatments. It could be anything because hair loss comes in a lot of different forms. But it's a woman who has recognized, okay, this is what's happening. They may not be able to grow hair back all over their heads. Usually with some situations like stress or chemo, people hair will grow back, but in some situations, some forms of alopecia, it will not grow back. Or people will have patchy spots, bald spots all over their head. In those situations, it's time to say, okay, what do we want to do? All right. So do we want to continue to hide under wigs? And I'm not saying hiding like in a bad thing. Okay.
Mhm.
Or are we going to just embrace it and say, all right, this is who I am, authentically, take it or leave it. I love the way I look. I'm beautiful. I feel confident and I'm happy the way this is. And this is what I'm going to do because I don't want to be under a hot wig.
Right.
Period.
Right. You can't tell me. I don't care what you say. And the only time I can really don't judge me for using this, I can get jiggy with a wig.
Again,
Is
nothing wrong with wigs. And I'm not telling women
no,
to like totally rock a bald head. It's your choice. But I want to get you to the point to feel confident either way.
right.
You want to do it?
I wasn't meaning it that way because
Okay.
I have a few in my collection. I'm meaning how hot it is. That's where I was getting ready to go with that. Was like, it get real hot in there. Listen, only time I can real life get with that is when it's winter because
Yes.
that's like my little hat and it's keeping me warm. So I really
Mhm.
appreciate that. Now, don't get me wrong, because again, I have a few in my collection. I'm trying to stretch out. I wasn't at one point in time comfortable with wearing a wig because I've always been the girl that had the super long hair. I got the opportunity to do all those little things. So I was like, I don't need a wig. Who cares?
Yeah.
That. But now, like, I done cut all my hair off and I'm embracing this, all these personal summers that I have. I'm embracing after I done turned a certain age. I'm gonna rock this shortcut and I look pretty
Yes.
doggone good with it.
Very good. Very good.
You know, minute flattering gets you a lot of places. Don't do that to me now. Hold on. But I love the shortcut. And it's just, again, I love wigs. I don't knock anybody. That's not what we're saying. We're knocking people for there. But I understand where you're coming from. It's a level of confidence that you have to have in what's going on. So is there anything that we can do to prevent some of the hair loss things?
Well, a lot of it is really internal. The
Okay.
only things that you could potentially do to prevent hair loss would be like regulating stress. But again, stress is one of those things where you could be under stress and don't
Mhm.
even realize how much of a toll it's taking on your body, right? So it's really hard to say if that's really what's taking your hair out or if it's something else. So I tell people if you are experiencing some type of hair loss, the first thing you need to do is go to a doctor and figure out what's happening, whether that's a dermatologist, just so they can say, hey, check out your scalp and see what's going on. Or it may be a regular physician because it could be something internal like your hormones, like thyroid, like stress, things like that, that could be corrected. Or nutrition. We got to think about that too. Nutrition also can affect your hair as well. So it just may be something that you need to change internally to solve that problem. So
Yeah.
I can't really say what's the solution because it's just so many different ways that women lose their hair. There's no one way to find a solution for it.
Gotcha. So when did you recognize that you were losing your hair and what started or when did I'm going to cut all this off and I'm going to just start afresh?
Oh, it's okay. It's the whole journey. Now, you ready? Are you ready?
I am. That's why I asked. It's the whole journey.
It's a story.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I was in my it was like my late 20s, early 30s, because
Okay.
I know it was probably happening before I even recognized it. I had locks.
Okay.
So I was just going to get my hair retwisted and not really tripping off of it. Of course, it's locked up, so I'm not seeing any bald spots or anything. And when it gets retwisted, it just looks clean, like clean lines. So whatever. Well, my cousin was retwisting my hair, and she was like, "You have a bald patch at the top." It was like a small little pea-sized bald patch. And so I said, "Really?" So she was like, "Okay, well, let's just keep an eye on it and, let's see what happens." But eventually it just kind of started getting a little bit larger and larger and larger. So I'm like, okay, not sure what's going on. Maybe it's the locks. Maybe I'm getting my hair retwisted too tight. Maybe there's something here. So let me stop. So I had my locks combed out.
Yeah.
And once I had them combed out, then I could really see how, thin my hair was. But again, I'm still in a little bit of denial, because usually that's what happens when you first start losing your hair. My thought is, okay, well, I just had these locks combed out. That was pretty harsh on my hair. So it probably will look thin right now. Let me give it some time to, grow out a little bit more and, take care of it, and let's see what happens. It just kept getting thinner and thinner and thinner. And so I got to the point where I started styling my hair naturally, but using like natural weave or something like that. So like braid hair to do crochets or, stuff like that to make it still look natural, but look fuller. And then eventually having to go into start wearing wigs. And at that time, I had no clue of how to buy a wig. It was like when lace fronts just started coming out. It was, mainstream for us as regular people. I know people in Hollywood probably have had it for a long time.
They don't count.
Yeah. But I'm like, I don't know how to buy a wig and then buy a wig that looks good and real, because I don't want something fake sitting on top of my head. I was like, oh my gosh. Like I had to actually go with my cousin who was I think she was in her 60s at the time, because she was wearing wigs. I mean, she was an older woman. So I'm going to her like, okay, I need help.
Yeah.
Okay. So I wore wigs and weaves for a very, very long time. I got a hairstyle. It was a quick weave.
Okay.
And it basically, I tried to wash it out. And I don't know if anybody is familiar with a quick weave, but they usually put like something over your hair, like a solution or some kind of thick paste or something, and it hardens. And then they put the weave on top of it with glue.
Right.
Well, that took my hair out. I went to wash out the quick weave, and my hair was just like coming out in clumps, like at the top. It just was like coming all out with the weave. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what is going on here? So I'm thinking, well, maybe I had a reaction. My scalp wasn't breathing. Go to the hairstylist, because I'm supposed to get my hair done that day. And I'm like, hey, help take this out, because I can't get it. It's still stuck in and my hair coming out. And so she works with it. And it was just, by the time she got done, it was just like this whole crown was pretty much gone. It was like a little bit here, just a little bit thin. I was like, okay. So she styled it, and she styled it to the best of her abilities, trying to cover it up. She put some braids on the side and kind of tried to cover up the top. But I was going on a cruise the next day.
Oh, you was getting ready to have your whole life, and you was like,
baby,
I'm ready. Oh, hey. And then you took this out, and you're like George Jefferson.
I'm going on a cruise with a group of people. I got this hairstyle that she's trying to cover up the bald spot. And all I can think of is, as soon as the wind blows, this little spot, this little fake hair, she is going to blow, and people are going to see this whole little thing, right? I can't do that. I can't do it. No, I'm not. So I was like, all right, gathered all my close friends. I need help. One of my male friends, he still is my best friend to this day. I need your barber. I need help. I need to get this hair cut off. I need to shave my hair off. So he set it up with his barber. They cleared out the barber shop. He cut my hair off. He cut it just all the way down with the clippers. And then I just went home and just shaved it with the razor. And that was my first time being bald. Wow. I was not prepared though, because I didn't make that choice.
Right.
So I was not prepared to be bald. So I was super self-conscious. This whole cruise, I am so self-conscious. I feel like everybody's staring at me. I'm feeling like I look like a man. I feel like I'm ugly. Like, I'm just like, oh my gosh. And my friends are there. They're supporting me there, because they're like, you look beautiful, but I didn't feel it. I did not feel it. They're like, you look good. And I'm like, So I ended up letting my hair grow back. And I just kept wearing the wigs and, just trying to see what would happen. So I went from wigs to weaves to wearing fibers. I cut my hair down short. Now this is over like a very long time, right? Cut my hair down short and put fibers in to try to make it look a little thinner. But I was self-conscious about that, thinking it still doesn't look right. It doesn't look real. I got to the point where I was like, okay, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. I was living in Arizona at that time. Again, let's go back to that hot. Let's go back to the hot. It's heat. It's heat. It's hot. It's dry heat. It's all of that. So, and on top of this, I had gone through a traumatic experience. I had lost my husband. So it had been, a few years, and I was ready to start dating again. So I said, okay, I'm tired of this hair situation. I'm ready to start really seriously dating again. And I don't want to jump out there and get into any kind of relationship not being authentically me, for one. And for two, I just want to feel good about myself. I just want to be good. I just want to calm down. I don't want to have to think about it, worry about it. So I was like, all right, it's time. And I prepared myself mentally and went ahead, cut it back off. And I actually got micropigmentation. So
what's that like?
Okay.
Hey y'all, it's Tiffany Rochelle here, and I have a few offers just for you. The first one is my book, and it's called I Choose Me. Now, I have had to fight in some type of way or another, but the best fight that I fought is the battle of me. The old me versus the emerging me. Now, the old me always threw some good punches, but the emerging me knew how to stick and move because I learned the art of endurance. Try to hold hate with love, and you tell me who is strong. The second offer is a workbook I have called Gold Digger. Now, there are about 47 activities that we will go through so that you will be able to crush some of your goals for your life. You purchasing this book is one of the first of many steps to bettering your life. Lastly, I have a course on forgiveness. Forgiveness isn't just a nice thing to do. It can also be a powerful tool to bring marvelous change in your life. In this course, you'll learn how to effectively use the skills of forgiveness to help you lead a more peaceful and satisfying life. So, today, unleash the power of forgiveness to create a more meaningful life. Next, I want you to learn that it is okay for you to choose you. And lastly, develop a mindset to see and crush some of your goals. Looking so forward to growing with you. I'm excited for you and your growth. Grace and peace.
Okay, so for those who don't know, micropigmentation is basically where you see like this hairline and this darkness up here. It gives the illusion like that you have a bald fade. It's really, think of it as a tattoo.
Sure.
But it's like little hair follicles. So they go across your whole head or whatever area that's thin or balding. They'll go across that area with the needle and do the micropigmentation.
Okay.
So I did go through that process, and I decided to get that because that was one way that would make me feel better. Like I felt like, okay, at least if I have a little something going on, I can feel like, okay, I'm not just totally slick bald and, this made me feel good. Now, some women, they're, something else might make them feel good, but that's just the route I chose to go. Ever since then, I've been good. I mean, when I first cut my hair off years ago, being so insecure, I thought, like I said, everything was negative that came to me. Negative comments, negative looks. That's because that's what I was perceiving in my mind. But when I made the decision and prepared myself and was ready to do it and I did it, it was all positive. Positive. People walk up to me to this day, tell me how beautiful I look. How many strangers just out the blue. I have women who are losing their hair walk up to me and, try, talk to me, ask me questions, and I support them in any way I can. My husband has even had another guy who was a husband walk up to him because his wife was losing her hair. And she was super insecure that he wasn't going to be attracted to her anymore.
Wow.
So we ended up having a whole session with this couple because he was like, I met her bald. No,
Yeah.
I'm attracted to her. Come talk to this lady. And I'm over here talking to her. So it has become this whole
It's a
thing where,
movement. Yeah.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. And I'm just, it's one of those things, and it brings me back to like, what brings me joy in life and this and that. It's like, how God will put stuff in your life, or like I lost my hair, yes, but it was for me. I realize now that it was for me to help other women. You know what I mean? Like, yes, I went through the experience, but it was for me to help someone else.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, okay,
Mhm.
it is now time, because these people are coming to me, these people are attracted to me. It's time for me to support women with hair loss. And that's what I have chosen to do at this point.
And that's major though, because a lot of us women do experience, I mean, good night, I'm thinning. So like, but I've had thin hair practically all my life. Excuse me, the beauticians will tell me to say I have fine hair. No, it's starting to get thin. I feel like it's gone beyond just being fine hair, and I am like really thinning. And so now I'm starting to give me a little cul-de-sac up here. So, I have to have, I'm tired of fluffing my hair, a little bit, but I mean, it's still cool. But it seems like as I get older, things start to change and trend. So I think that is something that's super major. And I'm grateful that you have experienced what you went through. I hate that you had to, but I'm also grateful because there's a level of confidence that our hair gives us. When our
Yes.
hair looks a certain kind of way, like I done got my little haircut and I done got me a little design in there, and I'm like, I leave the chair. I'm already kind of arrogant, just GP. Okay, there, you can't tell me nothing. It took me some time to get here, but I'm already a little bit like, girl, I got my glasses. I look good. There ain't nothing you can't tell me about me. But then when my hair gets in, oh man, my confidence is gone. But when we experience a loss, because this right here does something for us, I get a chance to change my hair. Oh, I feel like bangs today. I don't feel like bangs today. You know what? I just want to pull my hair. I have various styles that I can do. But then when you're forced to not do it, like, well, where do I go? Well, what do I do? This is me. It's a portion of me, but it's like, oh my God, me is leaving. How do I handle this? I want to I want a low boy so bad. I really, because I mean, I got very good hair. I got some waves that goes underneath, and I want that so bad. My son discouraged me though, because he said, if you get your hair like that, I'm gonna be introducing you as my little brother.
See, and that's the problem. That is the problem.
So I mean, I love it. And I love the confidence, like how you have, and I promise you, soon as I seen you, I was like, oh, I like her. And the fact that you're like, no, I don't have no sickness, I'm sure this comes with the territory or whatever, but you have this confidence that you exude I would love to just wake up in the morning and just wake up pretty. I mean, I think I do anyway, but I mean,
Of course you do.
Again, here we go with this hair. Like if my hair ain't right, oh my God, I ain't got no lashes on today, so I kind of look naked. Like there's certain things I feel like I got to put together in order for me to feel pretty. But for me to just you wake up gorgeous. And you know that, you feel that. I appreciate this journey that you're on, helping us to embrace who we are, regardless to if we have hair or not, like transition our mindsets.
Exactly. I mean, even with short hair, that could be a dramatic thing. For you, like you just said, you had long hair, you cut it short. People, you have to get your mind right for that, and that's just a short haircut. So imagine shaving your hair off and being bald. That's a whole nother level, that you have to be ready for. And just like your son said, yeah, he was joking with you, but there are people who are serious, especially males, that like are strictly like, oh, she ugly if she don't have any hair. No,
Straight up. I gotta be able
to. Not even true.
Yeah, like but that's the crazy thing about it is because guys are like, she got to have hair, and then I don't want you to have a weave. I don't want you to have a wig. I need to be able to put my fingers through it. And I got to yank on. Like, there's a whole setup that they're kind of like making us feel, because if we don't have this, I'm not worthy. If I do have this, I'm not worthy. But it's a level of confidence that we have to have, regardless to if you like me, I like me.
Yes, yes. And
So,
once you raise your level of confidence and you love who you are, the way you look, you're going to attract that person who likes the same thing.
you're right.
Okay, so hey, don't even worry about it. There are
Oh,
plenty of men out there that like women with short hair or bald heads.
absolutely. You ain't lying to be trying to fend them off because, I mean, okay, well, it's not about me, nevertheless. So, what's a tip that you can tell us that can help us to boost our confidence?
Well, okay. So for one, I mean, it's going to be a journey, right? So it's going to be stages you go through. First, like I talked about earlier, it's going to be denial. And it's like, oh my gosh, let me figure out what I can find online. Let me Google. Let's start Googling, right? So usually people start Googling, trying to figure out some solutions, some natural oils, something you can find on Facebook that they promote, like whatever. And I'm not saying don't use those things, but what I am going to say is those things probably won't work for you if you actually have a condition that's taking your hair out. Now, those things may work for you if you have stress or, something like that that you can fix. But if you have something like alopecia, or if you have, female hair loss, and that's genetic, okay? So if it's in your DNA and you're prone to have it, you just gonna have it. There's nothing you can do about it, right? So there's not really a solution to that. So the only thing you can do is prepare your mind. Go ahead and start getting the support you need. There are plenty of support groups out here, all different types of support groups for all different types of hair loss. And you can go ahead and, tap into those groups, see what they're saying, get the support you need that way. Also, research. Once you figure out what's actually going on with you, you may have to take medication or choose to take medication. You may choose to go the holistic route, but do your research and figure out what route is best for you. Um, Outside of that, it just still goes back to, all right, this is happening. My hair isn't coming back. What am I going to do? So it's time to go ahead and get the mind together. Let's embrace it. And let's go ahead and say, all right, I'm going to cut it down short, or I'm going to, wear my wig, or I'm going to wear hair wrap, whatever it is you're choosing to do on a regular basis. It's time to go ahead and step into that and be good with that decision.
Right. Because it is whatever you're choosing to do. So that
Exactly.
that's the catch is we got to get your mind right. Ooh,
Get
that's
your
the first
mind
step.
right. Yes.
We definitely have to take steps to get our mind right because that's where the battle is at and it starts there. So if we and then even when I did my little shortcut again, I had long hair. I was always trying to flip it. You couldn't tell me nothing about it. All I got is earrings to flip now. It's okay. I'm still flipping. But it was a journey for me to even do that. I had to start here. I started with me a little bob. And then I was just like, oh, okay, I still look cute with this. Let's cut it all off. So, and then I went down into this here. And then sometimes I'll go a little bit shorter and give me a little pixie. Again, I really want to go to the waves.
Okay. And I think you will be good. But remember, though, your hair will always grow back.
Yeah,
You're not
I'm always
in a situation when it won't. Your hair will grow back. If you don't like it, okay, let it grow.
And that's the catch that we just need that reassurance that it will grow back. And then even if it doesn't, here we go, what you made reference to, get it in your mind like, hey, life is transitioning. Just like we get older, things change and things transition. Like I done gained a few pounds. I like my pounds, but I had to kind of like shift my mind like, oh, sagging. Oh, okay. Can't do nothing about it. But again, that was that mental adjustment that I had to do in order to realize things changed. So if our hair is growing out, that does not mean or falling out. It does not mean that we're ugly. It doesn't mean that we're worthless. It doesn't mean we're good for nothing. It doesn't mean that everybody doesn't like us. Sometimes those are things that we feel about ourselves that we're projecting, thinking other people thinking that. No, get confident in you. And even if they feel like that, that's your worldview of me. I don't feel that way.
Right. Who cares? Like, who cares what they have to think? Are they paying your bills? Are they stopping your world? No.
No. I appreciate you. Tell me this. What is the message what is a lasting word when we hear your name? What do you want us to remember about you?
I want you to remember that I am here to support you if you are experiencing hair loss. If you are a woman experiencing hair loss, I am here to help build you up and regain your confidence. I want you to go from that insecure person and that person hiding and don't want to, interact with society because of your hair loss to that bold, confident, beautiful person that you are. I want you to own it. And I want you to believe it because that is what is true, right? So don't let hair loss take your joy away from you. You are still a beautiful person.
You better not let hair loss take your joy. Sometimes that's all we have. Okay. So
Right,
don't you let
right.
nothing be no joy snatcher. I don't need no joy snatchers, no fun snatchers. I don't need nothing snatched from me except for my hair to be snatched. But that's about it. So, like, depending on who he is, we ain't going there. We're gonna keep it a good show, okay?
Right.
And I ain't married no more, so I ain't gonna do all of that. But nevertheless, okay, okay. All I'm saying is don't let nobody snatch your joy. I love what you did. So since you are the woman that we need to get in contact with to help keep our confidence where we need to be at, how do we get in contact with you?
Well, I have my website. So the website is www.limitlessmindsetcoach.com. So that's limitedmindsetcoach.com. I am having a free workshop on July 24th. Excuse me, it's the 23rd, July 23rd. And I am going to be sharing more of my story, helping support women with hair loss. It's a dialogue. I want women to participate. So if you're interested, you can definitely go to my website and sign up for that. And I do have a support directory as well. So if you're looking for a list of hair loss support groups, I have a directory on my website. It's free. You can download it and you'll have it if that's something you're looking for. So that is how you can reach me. And then I'm also on social media. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook under Miss Kellie Michelle. So just go ahead and follow me on those pages. I'm putting out some good information.
You definitely are, because I promise you that's how I found you. And I'm so grateful that you're putting out all of what you're putting out. Listen, sugar booger. I did call you that. No disrespect. But I real life appreciate you. You share some good stuff and you share some good information. Again, you keep our confidence boosted, and you never know what an individual is facing or what they're going through. And when I came across your page, I ain't saying I was super depressed. I have been in a depression stage, but life was life in, and I happened to see you and I said, oh, you better come on. And then I got a haircut. And when I got the haircut, I didn't like it. And so I was really uncomfortable. And I'm like, I don't want nobody to see me looking like this. This is some bull and crap. But that ain't the word I said, because I'm super, 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 super churchy. So I was trying not to say it. However, comment. That's how I felt. Okay. I don't care.
Right.
That's real.
That's real.
So I'm like, I don't want nobody seeing me. But then when I heard what you were saying, it real life blessed my entire soul. So I was grateful that you shared the information that you share and you help us. Every cheerleader needs a cheerleader. Every coach needs a coach. And I was grateful that I came across your page, and thank you for authentically being you. I'm grateful that you rock your hair the way you do. And I'm grateful that your confidence exudes the way it does. So thank you.
Thank you. And you're welcome. I appreciate all those kind words.
I real life mean them. I ain't gonna tell you something I don't mean. That seriously, I'm rude like that. If I don't mean it, I won't say it.
And I'm the same way, so I get it. Not sometimes people don't like it, but hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is. So I'm gonna tell you, and I'm grateful for you being who you are. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence and being on the Hear My Heart show. I'm grateful for you, and hopefully this will not be the last time that we get the opportunity to see you on the Hear My Heart show.
I hope not. I hope that I definitely would like to come back.
Oh, yeah, I want you back. I want you back. So with that being said, join us next week for our next VIP that's going to be with me. See you next time. Grace and peace, y'all.